Dr. Gayatri Upanikar, Ayurvedic physician from Travancore Ayurveda, Panchakarma Clinic and Center, Gachibowli branch, Hyderabad. Today, I would like to speak a few words on a common endocrine disorder affecting women in their reproductive age. It is nothing but the polycystic ovarian syndrome or the polycystic ovarian disease, as we usually call PCOS or PCODs. Prevalence of this disease varies among different countries. For example, in India, it has a purported rate of every 1 in 5 women being affected with PCOS. As the name suggests, it is characterized by the presence of multiple cysts in the ovary due to hormonal imbalance. It is just a symptom and not the underlying cause of the disease. Healthy females usually have a menstrual cycle within an interval of 28 to 30 days. A dominant follicle releases an ovum and changes into corpus luteum, secreting the hormone progesterone, after which it shrinks within 12 to 14 days. In PCOS, follicular arrest is being happening. That is, the follicles will develop only up to the size of 5 to 7 mm and not to the size of 16 mm, which is considered to be the pre-ovulatory size. Hence, these follicles get oriented along the border of the ovaries, which gives the appearance of a string of pearls in ultrasound sonography. Now, coming to the causes of PCOS. Exact cause is unknown. It usually runs in the families and is having an evidence of genetic relations. Second cause is the increased insulin resistance in the body. Patients with PCOS are usually obese and are having high insulin resistance in the body. This high amount of insulin will cause hormonal imbalance in the body. Last but not least is the stress. Stress is also considered to have an important role in causing PCOS in women. Now, going to the signs and symptoms of PCOS. First and foremost sign is the oligomenorrhea or the scanty menstruation or fewer menstruation. Next, amenorrhea, that is absence of menstrual cycle consecutively for 3 to 4 months along with pelvic vein. Then, inability to conceive due to the lack of ovulation. Third one is hirsutism, that is male pattern of hair growth in chest, skin along with skin problems. In some patients, loss and thinning of hair is also present. Then excess weight gain. Patients having PCOS are usually prone to develop central obesity along with insulin resistant symptoms like craving for food and low energy levels. Now, going through the complications of PCOS. Patients having PCOS are usually prone to develop hyperlipidemias, heart disease, type 2 diabetes and mood disorders in their future life. Now, going through the treatment of PCOS. First and foremost thing you have to do is change your lifestyle. That is, you have to decrease the intake of high carbohydrate foods such as tuberous foods, rice, confectioneries, etc. Avoid taking tin and canned food which contains preservatives. Avoid oily snacks, deep fried foods and non-vegetarian foods such as broiler chickens. Take plenty of water, vegetables and fruits, especially unripe papaya, pineapple, dates, ginger, sesame, etc. Coming to the Ayurvedic concept of PCOS. In Ayurvedic view, normal menstrual cycle is regulated by Apana Vayu. Any vitiation of Apana Vayu will result in a lack of menstruation or Artavakshaya. So, in order to rectify the vitiated Apana Vayu, Shodhana and Shamana therapies are available. Shodhana includes the purificatory therapies that, according to the condition of the patients, we are giving Snehapana, that means internal intake of medicated ghee. Then, according to the condition of the patients, purificatory therapies like Virejana and Vasti can also be done. Under the Shamana therapy, we are actually giving some medicated decoctions like Rasonadi Kashaya, Kuladadi Kashaya, Saptasara Kashaya, and from Arishta, we are giving Ashoka Arishta, Kumari Asava, and some medicated powders like Pushyanaga Churna, Rajapravartini, Vadi tablets are also very useful. Coming to the yoga, Asanas like Padmasana, Bhujangasana, Bhadrasana, Hastapadasana, Sarvangasana ensures better results in curing PCOS. Now coming to the management of stress, Shirodhara, that is the pouring of medicated oil on forehead, Thala, Abhyanga can be done. Padmasana, Shavasana and Pranayama are the yogic postures which we can follow to decrease the stress levels. Concluding my session, I would like to suggest women to take care of their health through a healthy lifestyle, that is doing regular exercise and taking a healthy diet. Thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy. Namaste. Sukhino Bhavantu.